in this meeting we talk about UI UI. Okay, so here we go live. And yeah, welcome to websites meeting. Today is 22nd January 2024. So in this meeting we talk about issues on our sites like leafy.io, drmeshi.io, docs.leafy.io, assistant website, another website, meshi.io, another website. Also about the UI UX stuff. So before starting the meeting, make sure you write down your attendance, mark down your attendance in the attendance list. I'll share the meeting minutes in the chat. One more time. And yeah, before moving to the today's topic, we have a tradition to we allow newcomers to introduce themselves. So if anyone want to volunteer first before I speak their name, so if they want to introduce themselves. Right. I see Aman Kanaji. Are you joining for the first time?
Yeah, I'm joining for the first time.
Yeah. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, sure. So, my name is Aman Pranojia. I am from Gandhinagar, Gujarat, in India. I am pursuing my bachelor's from IIT Dhanbad, and I am like, this is my first meeting, so I'm just wanting to see like what all projects are going on and how I can contribute. Yeah, thank you so much.
Right. Right. Can we talk a little more about what tech stack you work on or in which you have experience?
Yeah, sure. So, I don't have any specific tech stack, but like I am a full stack with React, Next, and all the like the normal and the basic ones. And with that, I am specialized in Python as well, and a bit towards system designing and how we go with the overall development, like in Go and Python.
Right. Thank you, Kanaji. Aman Kanaji. Yeah. Like we have a couple of issues and we mainly work on React on for the front end, Gatsby. So yeah, thank you. Next, Monalika Patnaik. Like, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah. Uh, Hello, am I audible?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, thank you. So hi, I'm Monalika. I have done like I'm in my pre-final year student currently and doing undergrad studies from New Delhi, India. So I love open source and I love the projects that has very active and dynamic community, especially very good documentation and a very cool website. And obviously, Layer 5 is a part of it. I love the Darwin, like the website is so amazing. So yeah, and looking forward to contribute to the project and the community. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Monalika.
Keep the compliments coming, Monica. Welcome.
Thanks. Thank you so much. So I my tech stack is proficient. I'm a full stack web developer, and I am proficient in Perl scripting and currently learning Golang and all. So yeah, that's all pretty much introduction about.
Yeah, that's great. We use backend Golang for our backend projects. So, yeah. Shubham, would you like to introduce?
Hello, everyone.
Uh,
I'm Shiva. So I've been contributing to Rishi since 3 4 days. It's been 3 4 weeks. Yeah. So I like history and it's a really good project. So I've just contributed on the front end part. Uh, yeah. So I'm looking forward to contributing.
right. Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Shubham. Yeah. Yeah. Also, before moving to forward, like, so if you have a bandwidth and have a webcam, so make sure like you can open up your webcams because it's good to talk with faces and it gives us a feel like we are all are in the same room. So yeah. Also, and we have one more uh, instruction before we start, like that is where before you present your screen for your topic, So make sure like you don't ask whether my screen is visible or am I audible. Where someone from any of us, like our co-host or I, will interrupt if your voice or screen is not visible, because we have a $2 fine. So yeah, just a quick note. So
Is
also
that US dollars or rupees?
yeah, obviously dollars. Yeah. So those who are left, like, you can introduce yourself in the chat. So let's move on to our topics. So starting with Aliyafy.io. So do we have Akshay on the call? Yes. Nope. Okay. And yeah, Sudhanshu, can you ping him if he is able to join? So next is from Victoria. So would you like to share your screen, Victoria? Guess she is also not on the call. Okay. Okay, so anyone on the call who is here who has an agenda item?
I have an item, but I see there's a call for volunteers before mine.
I could be in
Yes,
trouble.
we can do a call for volunteers first. Yes.
Okay, would you like to share your screen, Achieve?
Yeah, sure. Okay, so these issues are for all the newcomers who are in this call. So we basically have a lot of these issues. In this type of issues, what we basically have to do is you have to run Meshmap and take the screenshots and basically add to the mentioned page in the issue. So basically all the issues that start with this screenshot, uh, these uh, these all these all issues can be solved in the same way. So you can basically check out the description. It's just a simple task to add screenshots, and there are just a lot of these which need some assignees. So this could be the really good for the newcomers.
Yeah. Okay. Ajit, would you like to share like where the contributor have to share the screen, where they have to add the screenshot? If you can give us an example of it.
Yes, sure. So like if you open up this issue, so we have like integration pages in our layer 5 websites. Our layer 5 website run on Gatsby, and Gatsby is basically simply React. So these are the integration pages, and like we have a section how it works, state in action. And basically we already have screenshots, but these screenshots are actually quite old, and these have to be replaced with the new screenshots of Meshma. So this is where you have to like replace the screenshots and add the new ones.
Yeah, so sorry to interrupt. I've already taken one of this issue, and when it gets like I've already raised a PR also. So when it gets merged, so I'll be sure that the workflow that I'm working through is correct, and I'll take more of such issues.
Sure, Shubham, will review your PRs.
Yes.
Yeah, so that actually makes for an excellent opportunity to not only provide Shubham some feedback, but also to demonstrate to everyone else what it is that you're trying to explain right here, which is if Shubham has an open PR where he's taken a couple of screenshots, let's go take a quick look and see if they make the mark. And Shubham, I'm just gonna mute you because I can't take the traffic noise this early in the morning. It's super loud. And so, yeah, that's okay. But so you said you have an open PR. Archit or Ritik, you guys want to open it up? Or Sudhanshu, you guys want to open up that PR? See if we can. get Shubham some feedback and have everyone else come to understand what that might look like. Sandra has done a number of these, so Sandra is a great resource in this regard as well. You know, in essence, Meshery integrates with a bunch of different technologies, and the most prominent tool that Meshery has is this Mesh Map plugin. So it visualizes, it visualizes your infrastructure environment. And when people are using a piece of technology, maybe cryo, I think this is what we were just looking at. Anyway, when they're using a particular piece of technology and they'd like to know how Meshery, by the way, if you just go to, yeah, good. Okay. Nothing. I thought you were having a hard time finding the pull request.
No,
So people will want to know how it is that Meshery interacts with and integrates with the particular technology that they're using. If it's Containerd, how does Meshery integrate with Containerd? What does that mean? Well, a picture tells 1,000 words, which is to say that it's nice if there's some screenshots that are specific to Containerd and Meshery, so people can have a better idea. So that's the gist of why it is that we want to get some fresh screenshots in here. How to go about it is there's a few different ways to do it. Maybe somebody else would like to explain that. Or we can all go back to checking email and do something else.
But if I may just address a common question that I see on contributors wanting to try out or give this issue a go is where to add the screenshots to, or if they have to change the code in any way. I don't want to use words like easy or straightforward because that's not generally the case for everybody, based on how they come in with their experience on working within a code base or just contributing to a project. But a good way to tackle issues of this nature where you see it appears to be like it's a duplicate, like there's many variations of it, is to look at pull requests that have already been merged and just study the conversations on that pull request and see how that person who got their pull request merged did it. Look at the files that they've changed, and that will give you a hint of the files that you might need to update. And just take note of what Lee has said. Each issue has the text in the title screenshot and then the specific page that needs to be changed. And so when you go into the playground, you want to kind of play around with the designs and find a design that leans towards the title of that specific component or design that needs to be implemented. And if you have any questions, you should find posts created on the discussion forum. If you don't find one that's specific to your issue, then create a new thread. Don't hesitate to ask a question by talking yourself out of it by saying it's a stupid question, it's a silly question, ask it and then let the community decide if it's silly or not. Don't rob yourself of an opportunity of having a solution given in ample time by telling yourself it's silly question. So those are my 2 cents.
Very good. So Archit, Ritik, you guys gonna give feedback on this, or are we gonna sit here waiting? Sudhanshu, any day now, anytime.
Oh, sorry, actually, I just dropped off due to my network. I just joined again.
I think it's really nice. Like, yes, I did like the dark version of images and the white and the normal version. But like there should be only like 2 screenshots here, and the images should actually flip when 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 the m- when the mode changes.
Nice. Yeah.
Uh,
Not that Shubham has any control over that at the moment.
but like one more thing, like but how it is related to container D.
It probably isn't, and I'm willing to accept anything at this point. Yeah,
Actually,
ideally it would be.
yeah, go ahead.
So Archit, if you're going to suggest that he make sure that these, that these only show up in light mode or dark mode, then the site itself needs to support that. And right now, I don't think that it's a great suggestion and stuff. It's just an enhancement on the framework. It's great feedback to ask or to suggest that of the screenshots that are taken, Shubham, ideally you would have the tech that's in question included in here. And I could be missing it, but you don't, do you?
Yeah, actually, I tried to find some of the screenshot, but I was unable to find some of them. And I also visited most of the available designs of yours and everything, but it was not loading on the screen. So I just took the screenshot that was more loading.
I'll mute you for you. Good.
Yeah,
In
yes.
that case, Shubham, when you are raising the PR, do not use the PR fixes because it will close the PR. Add the label as this PR is related to that issue, so it will not close the issue because the screenshots are not related to the technology you are adding. So that's why. But we can have this because the screenshots we were having earlier, it's like bit of old UI. At least for now, we can go with this. And for the Archit was saying about dark mode. Yeah, like that is a good. That's a good point. But for now, we have to like we have all four images. That's there like two for visualizer mode and two for design. So that's kind of looks okay.
All right. Thank you, Shranshuli, sure. Archit. Yeah, one more thing I would like to add. So if anyone of you like for new contributor who wants to work on this issue, so you guys might not have the access to our playground, so you have to go to play.meshtree.io, and there you have to fill a form. Yeah, yeah. So you have to fill this form to get the and wait for the to get access for the playground. Then you can start working on these issues. So yeah. Okay. So next we have Sandra. Sandra, would you like to share a screen?
All right, thank you everyone for this opportunity to present an issue I've been working on. So the issue I've been working on has been to add two new blog posts for two maintainers, for Aisiko and Husseina. The PR has been created. There were a few bugs where the content wouldn't show for the interviewee in dark mode, but hopefully that's been fixed with the new PR. Here are with the latest commit. Here is what it should look like. So these are the blog posts that are rendering. And this is the second blog post. See how there's a bug right there. There's also a bug in the 2021 content, which I found, and this is a 2023 content. I'm unsure why this is not rendering because this preview commit is for the merge, but I don't have it did not produce the preview commits for the actual bug fix. So hopefully somebody can help check that out. That's it.
Yeah, very good. The interview with Asuko, I'm sensitive to the notion that we're talking about service meshes still. And so this, and the fact that service mesh interface, SMI, is part of what's discussed, and it's a dead project, or like it's been closed. So the, have we had a chance to ask Asuko to refresh this? That might be the thing to do, is to just, we don't want to ask him about service meshes, and we don't really want him talking about a project that is no longer.
Considering that I think Asuka's blog post was created around May or April last year, I don't and had there been changes in between that month of last year and now, then I don't think so, because there's also content, as you can see here, where it's template type of content, where instead of having the actual interviewee having, you know, their content of their bio, it's instead it's a template content. And just like we see with Husseina here, Husseina is a ... So those are things I tagged them right here. Perhaps they might want to take a look just in case to review the PR. I added them as reviewers, having made the comments within the issue itself that these might need to be changed. So I'm not sure if they got that hint, or if they have had, if they caught the hint but just haven't had the time to take a look.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'll help by tagging them in Slack as well, just to make sure that I'll also make that same note about the antiquated, that they need to do it fresh. They need to answer the questions fresh. And we need to make sure that none of the questions are asking them about service meshes as well. Good. I mean, I can help on both of those cases. I probably won't. I'll probably go work on other things though. So if you can do that, like ping them, make sure that we change around that content. It's too antiquated, unfortunately. I'll ping them now. That'll get it going.
Any more feedback in the meantime? There's 20 of us on the call. Don't be shy.
I don't think any feedback.
Okie doke, I'll stop sharing then. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Sandra. Yeah, I guess we missed Saurav. So, Saurav, would you like to share?
Yes, Ritik, thank you. So next up, we have a call for volunteers for issue related to learning paths. Learning paths is a like Create5 Learning Paths, which is a great resource to explore Mystery Playground and DevOps. Here we have a learning path for service meshes. You can explore the workshops here and courses. So for those courses, we need a video tutorial to help learners for the better learning on hands-on workshop. So let us know if you are up to create that video tutorial. Here we have this issue. I will just put this into the chat. So if anyone is interested in this issue, please comment on the related issues and we can get you assigned. Is there any questions related to this?
Yeah, I think that one suggestion is that folks on the call might be more successful with, there's some new tutorials that are called for in the Meshery repo. They're linked to in the meeting minutes. Those might be a little more straightforward. It's under the docs.meshery. Yeah, there you go. these are better written in terms of what's expected. So any one of those 4 that you see there, if you were to go to one of those, for those of you that are on the call, who's sharing at the moment?
It's me.
Yep, Sarab, can you go to one of those 4, please? One of these 4, and there can easily be many more created just like them. These get fairly pointed in terms of their the ask. So the ask here is to just write a tutorial that involves Meshry and configuring a piece of infrastructure. The tutorials are fairly similarly formatted. That template that you see right there, if you pick up one of these issues, you'll copy that and paste it. The only things mostly that you would need to change are, there's a few comments. So right now at the bottom of the screen, or no longer at the bottom of the screen. No, sorry, there's a few comments in there that are HTML formatted comments. Right there, show user how to design, show user how to use designs and components in Mesh Map Designer. Show user how to make design public and share with others. So there's instructions here for what you'll need to put in. So you copy paste and then fill in those comments with what they say. Is anybody looking to pick one of these up? We can talk about it a little bit more if you are. Does anyone know what we're talking about here? What is this? So Harsh has joined us. That's nice.
So these are learning paths, right? Currently, the learning paths are in the format of Katacoda scenarios. Learning path is basically a tutorial about how to use certain or implement certain aspects of designs or catalog designs within the Meshry Playground, I believe. And we're trying to move from the Katacoda scenarios and implement them within this format. So it would require that we play around with the content a little bit in the playground and then implement the steps within the document that is here, basically a template which has around half to a third of the content already there. We just need to, from the issue description, fill in what's already been missing. Yeah.
Yeah. Does anybody want to try to pick one of those up? Is anyone too scared to pick one up? Is that what I'm hearing? Is anybody here because they'd like to work on a few things? I'm just random guess that maybe that's why some of you are here. I don't know.
I can take one of the issue, but before working on that, I need to configure some of like playing around Meshry playgrounds and all. So I need to do a bit of research about Meshry, like how it is working, service mesh, mesh map, a bit about Kubernetes and DevOps. So yes, after this, I can take this up, like after doing this sort of research. I'm willing to work on this issue.
Ah, there it is. There it is. By the way, Monalika, did I enunciate it at all correctly? Monalika?
Yes, it's all correct. Monalika.
Oh, okay, very good. Do you have are you the one that has a Gitpod? Okay, yeah.
Yes.
It doesn't, these are about the same level of difficulty, or like you're already mostly there, I would say. So, so very good of you to give it a shot. No doubt you'll have some questions as you go, I'm sure, but Yeah, just like Sandra was saying, there's no question, there's no dumb question unless it's a dumb, no, and that's not what she said. She said, ask, no, no, okay, that's not what she said. She said it would be dumb of you not to ask your question. That's not exactly what she said, but she was insinuating that like, there's an opportunity before you and it takes, well, pardon my French, it takes some balls to step forward like Monalika and sign up. Good. So Monalika is going to be the one learning. I'm here to help you do that. I'll help you. Let me know if you get stuck. It really is literally that copy sign in the upper right-hand corner of the code area. Literally, you are expected to click that, paste it into a new file, and it already has all the formatting. You should be able to, you'd be able to just save that and have it show the new page in the docs, which is great, but there'll be a few sections where some of the sections are just fine and it kind of has some instructions, but there'll be a couple of sections where it's expected that you just, like if you, like all that we're seeing, okay. Since there's, I'm gonna share my screen. Because, every time that I go to explain it, someone moves it on me. In the best of ways, I think. So I think you can get to this more quickly than even you just said, which is with before the end of the call, one of you, before the end of the call, because I know some of you are able to build the docs, you can go to, you can just copy and paste what's there. Not playground, tutorial. Just grab this one. So I said, Leah was saying, I just paste this, or I copy it and I paste it and then I'm done. Almost. Sandra was saying that you're about halfway done at that point. So all of this would not need to be changed. A new page would show up in the docs. These are the docs. You will help create a new tutorials section. I'm not sure which area that will land in, here or here, somewhere. One of the maintainers, his name is Vivek Vishal. He's not here today, but this guy, he's here to help on this as well. Sandra, who's been speaking up on the call, she's also a good one to engage with, ask questions of, and potentially collaborate on one of these. So you'd paste this in. This wouldn't need to be changed, or this, or this, or this, or that, or this, or that, or potentially none of this. Wait a second. I think Mr. Vivek, yeah, he created this. I think he forgot to put in a few places where he would make suggestions as to what to change. But even if you pasted this one up, we would go back and suggest a few things. So I know this is taking a while. It's something like this. What is this one? Is exploring Kubernetes pods with Mesh-Free Playground. Okay. So a Kubernetes pod contains, it has one or more containers. It is sort of the atomic unit of compute for Kubernetes. It's one of your first and foremost like resources that you would learn about when you learn Kubernetes. Great. Well, do you have to be able to run your own Kubernetes cluster to do this? No, you can just use the playground. Do you have to run your own, build and run your own Mesh-Free to do this? No, you can just use the playground. You can just come here and sign in. This is a resource for all of you. Come here and sign in, and this Mesh-Free instance is connected to a live Kubernetes cluster. So you don't have to set one up yourself, and you don't have to set up Mesh-Free yourself. They're already set up. What you do is follow through and explaining to others how you can use Mesh-Free to create a Kubernetes pod. So these are part of the instructions. Oh, go to the playground, sign up. This is a bad link right here. And so instead of telling people to go use YAML, here you go create a pod by writing YAML. Instead, what we tell people to do is that they can use this interface. And so this particular tutorial would be like, all right, people reading your tutorial, scroll through and find the one for pod. Hey, get a pod. Good. In here, I would like for my pod to maybe run Nginx. And so I would go to containers section. I'd say I would like to add a one container. What image will that be? I don't know what the I don't know what the Nginx repo is, but I do know the one for Meshery. Let's see, we would want to maybe always pull a new image or not. It's okay to make up whatever you want to in the tutorial. Tell people, set it to this or set it to that. That's not really the point. If you're not really sure what the heck a pull policy is, hopefully you've got inline help every which way imaginable. Image pull policy. You need to choose either always, never, or blah, 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 blah. And actually, this particular tutorial, this is about it. About as soon as you've got an image identified, a container image. There's like tons and tons more that could be done here, but doesn't necessarily need to be done. And so this is a live environment. I don't think that this will necessarily deploy successfully, but it might. I don't think it will. You can click to validate it before you try to deploy. And it looks like it has one validation issue, like, hey, there's something that I didn't configure correctly. What it says is, well, for that container 0, the one that I was creating, you didn't name it correctly. You used an uppercase letter, Meshery, and it doesn't like that. So anyway, so this is the process by which you would go and walk through the tutorial and get people. So I know I wasn't referring back to the tutorial, but it should be saying that. Okay, deploy a basic pod with a single container. In this case, Vivek didn't really get us set up for success. He should have followed along with the other examples. Maybe the first two are slightly, they have a few more hints. Like right here, it's saying like, oh, anyway, the hints are right here. Is this helping anybody? Am I just talking to myself? If I deploy this, keep your fingers crossed. So this, I just wanted to deploy to this cluster. Dun, 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 dun. Is anyone keeping their fingers crossed? It says it deployed, pod UR. Oh my goodness. I should probably go tweet about this. Hold on. Give me a second. I gotta go. All right. If that worked, and if this environment is working, which Daniel, if you're on, I'm not sure if the environment is working. I don't know if MeshSync is connected here, but we can filter on pods. Now, in this case, I probably deployed my pod to the default namespace. We should probably tell Lee to shut up because it's like, anyway, here's pod UR. Oh, it looks like mine. And it has a few Meshery containers in it. Why it has 1, 2, 3, 4 fudge nuts. I get a bug here. Why are we reporting the same things 5 times over? Looks like we have a bug. But that said, it did deploy my container. All 5 of them. What the hell? Here's my IP address. All right, I've got a bug to go file. And by the way, since we deployed this pod using a design, a mesh map design, there's an annotation that happens here saying that, oh, this is the design that deployed it, the example K8's pod that I made. If we click the link, conceptually, it'll go back and load up that design so you can see, what the original was. We've clearly got some stale data happening now with those 5 additional reports. So good. Anyway, MonaLinka, that was crystal clear, I'm sure. You have no questions. You only have questions after that, I'm sure. So yeah, don't. I'll be in Slack to harass you as you go. So don't worry about it. I'll be here.
Thank you,
Thanks.
Lee, for thank you, Lee, for great tutorial. I guess you already completed the whole issue. Now user can directly go and just use that video to create tutorials. Okay, so next item is from my side. So yeah, so right now on our Meshery page on our layerfi.site, we don't show a lot of things that our Meshery does. So what I was working on, me and Ajit were working on enhancing and adding more data to this page. So right now I have for now, like I have added most of the not most of the, but yeah, a lot of features that our Meshery supports. So yeah, inside these three columns layout, and Ajit is working on creating the GIFs for to add in this section, because these GIFs and images are very old of so yeah, if anyone has any question to ask. Yeah, I'll also share the preview link in the chat.
Are these services that are being provided? I'm asking because of the green checks that are
Right, yeah, these are
they
also
are.
these are yep,
Mhm.
these are the features
Then
that Mhm.
they all have green checks, or are the checks what is the purpose of the checks? If you know how for example, when you're trying to buy web hosting, just an example, or any type of service, you have free, basic, and then premium. You get what's in the free in the basic, and then you get everything that's etc. But if all of these, it appears that the text that I'm seeing, it's different in all the columns. I'm wondering what the checks are for then.
like you are talking about the pricing page, but these columns tells about the different feature that Meshery provides. So all these contain
Right.
all the features. But
Yeah.
for the plans, we have separate page, that is pricing page, where we will list the
No.
fees. Right.
That was just an example for the check part. I'm trying to understand why we have checks if or maybe it's just a symbol that to tell the user that this is available,
This
but
is
not to say that this is only available in lifecycle, and configure what's in configuration is not available in lifecycle. Does that make sense? Otherwise, it will be an X instead of a tick.
No, like yeah, kind of. Yeah, like all
Yeah, if
these.
you
Mhm.
yeah, if you were to navigate to the pricing page, there's a section called there's a comparison section between the three plans, and you'll end up seeing, I think, it'll clarify that. So if you were to scroll down just a bit, so here's three plans. And in the free plan, you don't get that. And so, yeah, on the other page, it's really just the check mark is just used as a feel good, like, yep, Meshery's got that and got that and got this and got that.
Okay, makes sense.
Right. I'll wait for 5 seconds. All right. So next we have Monalika. Monalika, would you like to share your screen?
Yeah, sure. Okay, so this has been my PR, which is for the installation instructions for Gitbot. So I thought like there is installation instructions for code spaces, for Docker, for Windows, Mac. So I thought like there should be instructions for Gitbot too. That's why I've created the issue and made a PR for that. Um, okay. Mm, so for the Gitbot, I'll try to show the like my gitbot.md. So it's been Okay. I'll just open my workspace. I think like Gitpod would be better because you don't have to install like Docker in your Windows or make anything else. Because I have used Docker in Windows, which is very, very difficult. So Gitpod, like it helps us to like it comes with all the tools and environment. So I think it would be better. Let me run the site. Yeah, it's generating. Mm,
Yeah. Sandra was just commenting earlier today about, and I think Archit was as well, about the possibility of improving the speed by which the docs compile. So there are, inside of the docs that we have, we are in a very inefficient way looping through all of the pages of the docs many times over. And we can do some small changes to avoid that. One of the changes, just to super confuse Monalika again, is Monalika, if you don't mind, while this is building, in the docs directory.
So I have run like in order to access the docs, we have to like change the directory to docs and then run make docs, I think. Right, that would create the doc on port 4000, I guess. Yes, it works. So yes, so the Gitpod page would look like this. We would click Gitpod and it would show us in the left panel too. So yes, I have added this page. So I have added the prerequisites, available deployment methods. So it's same as the code spaces, like the instructions is the same as code spaces. Only the thing is I have changed the tool to Gitpod. So yeah. I was like trying using Mushy CTL in my Gitpod terminal, and yes, it works. So like the thing is like we don't have to install Linux on our Windows in order to like run some commands. Like the Gitpod terminal, like it runs Linux commands too. So it would be a great tool to like to run and build Mushy. So yeah, we could. This is the gitpod.md. Is there anything that I have to change here? I think I have added all the things.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, Monalika, is the, like conceptually
Yeah.
conceptually the point of running Meshery, or the point of using Gitpod would be if you're a contributor looking to build Meshery, either to build the docs or to maybe build Meshery UI or Meshery server or any of the, and so this is quite helpful in that regard, particularly to the, yeah, it's just very helpful to be able to do that. I wonder though, was that your goal in writing this document, or is your goal to describe how to install and run a pre-built Meshery?
We could like we could do both, like in terms of contributing. Gitpod is a better tool. Like we could just fork the repository, and the Gitpod will automatically clone and like runs it, like opens it in a Visual Studio browser extension type window. Also in terms of installation, like in Gitpod, like we could do this. Is there anything that we could remove this? How to remove?
The Zoom bar or the Zoom?
Yes, how to remove this? I can't see my tabs there.
Yeah.
Oh God.
I also had that issue. And how about minimizing your window?
I'm using Windows only.
Yeah, I mean your screen. So it should be on the top right corner. You have the minus, the square box, and the X. How about clicking the one in the middle? The one in the middle, the square box, to make your window smaller so that you can see where to click.
Hide reader panel, hide names of annotators.
I guess she means right to the minimize button.
Yeah, the minimize button, you get X for closing the entire window, your screen, the tabs that are open. Now you're on tab Gitpod. Next to that, there's a plus sign, rather an X, and then the plus sign,
on
and
the
then a
top right
minus.
corner.
Yeah, and then a minus, and then the box, the square box in the middle. Yeah. Go right, that one. Yeah. Not the next one. The square, minimize
you
it,
tell
and
to
then
minimize. Oh, okay.
right, minimize it, and then it like that. You should be able to see your
Okay, okay. Sounds good. Thank you. So yes, okay, so we could also install Mercury in the Gitpod terminal. Um, like we could install Mercury CTL, like have to install first, then we could run it. Like it could be used for both in terms of contributing and in terms of installation and running it in our local environment. So it is like something like Mercury systems start pdocker, I guess. Oh, sorry, Mercury CTL.
Yeah.
So yeah, on like on 9081 port, like we could see like it would start Mercury um on it. So yeah, we could even run and build Mercury in the terminal only. So yeah, all those things.
One thing we need to make sure that if this is the case for contributing guidelines, like someone can contribute to Gitpod under community and contributing, we have talks. So they're also listed that how you can contribute through your terminal,
Yeah.
how you could contribute through your Docker extension, Docker. So in that case, you can add there for in the case for contributing. And if you want to install Meshri and use it as a pre-built, then this is a place where you are adding it.
Okay.
Because if you see code spaces and other Docker extensions and other Kubernetes, this AKS, EKS, this one. So here we are using Meshri, pre-built Meshri, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, sure. Okay, so like in terms of contributing, we could make a separate instruction like installation, not for installation instructions, like contributing to Mercury in Gitpod type documentation, where we could add about like specifically contributing from the Gitpod tool only. And in terms of like running and building Mercury in your local environment, like I have shown this. So I think this
Hello,
this
Monalika. Yeah, thank you, Monalika. Like, yeah, we are already low on time.
yeah,
Sorry
sure.
for we can take this conversation to Slack. So
Yeah. Okay, thank you so much.
all right. So we have very less time. So Lakshpal, would you like to share your screen? Yeah.
I'll share my screen. Just give me a second. So I was working on this PR to build the assistant website, and currently, like at the start, it was not building, and even if I build the website, I did some fixes. So the components were not complete, and it was looking something like this. And so I'm still working on this PR. Like the build is currently working now, and if I run it on my local, it looks something like this currently.
Is it running? Is it working?
Yeah, it is building, and yeah, it
Okay.
is running on my local right now.
Okay. Every time that you've told me that it isn't. So do you have more pushes, more commits pushed to that PR?
Yep,
Maybe
yep,
it's
yep.
just
Yeah,
okay.
more commits were pushed. I think this was the last commit. So I was I'm committing this will be like the complete. Firstly, like originally this PR was to just fix the build. Then we thought like the site should be built from scratch, and so right now this will be a big PR. So currently it has some good lines of changes, and this will be like contain all the the pages that are in the design. Is that okay? If we make a big
Wait,
PR?
the issue is to recreate the entire system website?
Yep. At the
Wow.
start it was not building.
Okay.
So these are what I worked now, like the header and everything I built from scratch again. Currently it was using Tailwind, so I've removed Tailwind CSS. I've used style components similar to what we use in Layer 5 website, and like this page is mostly complete but some pages are still left in the design, right? Like mostly I need to add the content now. The components are done and make it responsive. Some things are left. Any feedback on this or any changes?
Oh yeah, there's tons. I mean, good. I'm glad that you're into this, Laksha, and that you haven't given up yet. But it's oh yeah, there's so I am able to build now using Gatsby develop or using make setup, make site. Here's what the site looks like in my browser. And like, I'm afraid we're setting off on a journey to just a very long journey to fix like the paddings here, the paddings there, blah, 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 like everything. What we want to do is reuse. With this site we chose to use Gatsby because we're already using Gatsby on layer 5 IO. We don't need a new footer. We need to use the layer 5 footer. We don't necessarily need a new header. We need to use like just tons of reuse would be helpful.
Right. For that, I did go through the website of Layer 5. I found some components which I reused in the code, like the buttons and the layout components, like some components for layouting this column and row, and some I implement the same way like Layer 5 was implemented. I copied the components from Layer 5 repo and use them here. Is that fine?
That's good. But it's not working out so well.
Currently it's not responsive, so I need to work on responsiveness. Can you just
Yeah, no, I mean, like, no, I'm afraid that like what I'm trying to say is we're like, I'm not sure that we're getting off on the right foot, that we're getting off on, like, you shouldn't need to go, we're talking months of you working on this to get it to a point where it is actually responsive. It does actually have a menu that works. It does actually have a mobile view, have light and dark mode, and it does like, and I'm not complaining or not saying that I'm not grateful that you're not working on. Like this is good. What I'm trying to do is set you up for success in a shorter time frame. And so not enough is being reused, or either that or we're not reusing the right, or we need to choose a different framework. Like
actually I had some doubt because I can't directly put the footer right from the Layer 5 website because the design is different, right? Even if you look at the header, the Assistant website has a different header in the design.
Yeah. So this is what so by the way, so I'm going to say this for the 90th time, maybe to Rex particularly. Assistant is built specifically for like for Meshry, for Layer 5 Cloud, for the Layer 5 website, for like it's to help us reuse and be consistent across our projects, and not for really for anyone. If others come to use it, wonderful, but that's a side effect of the core goal. So So I'm not sure, like, which aspect of the footer isn't reusable? Why isn't it reusable?
Like the assistant has a different logo and like a
Just
different
swap out the
layouting and a different
swap out the
layout.
logo, ignore the layout, swap out the logo. As a matter of fact, use the layer 5 logo. Assistant comes from layer 5. It's fine for it to have a layer 5 logo at the bottom.
Okay, then that is fine. Like if you can
Yeah, but
like-
that's just for the footer. And so yeah, I'm still like, we probably need a separate discussion because we're still going to be at odds with like working to reinvent. And I won't, for my part, I won't support it. I won't have the patience or the time, or like won't suggest and make time like I did today to suggest that we have to talk about this today. I won't in the future because I think that it'll be a wasted effort that's duplicative in all of those senses. And so it's unfair to Lakshai because this is like the third time that we're trying to do this site, and we're coming to these challenges head on.
Hey,
I'm not sure
Lakshay, let me say something that you probably already know. Have you tried to duplicate the Layer 5 website and just fill in what needs to be, and then migrate that to Assistant, and then just fill in the blanks as in what needs to be in Assistant, you add it to that website? So it will have everything Layer 5 has, but then you just remove what doesn't belong there. Have you tried that approach?
No, I haven't tried it because I was just going with the design, and the design was like very different from layout. Sorry, the layer 5 site. And
Okay.
I can try that. Like if like
Because I
something.
do that all the time during hackathons. And imagine you just have 2 days to build and it turns out perfectly. Imagine you only have 2 days to build this. And what would you do? You clone the website. And what cloning is, you clone layer 5 and just take out what you don't need, within layer 5, and then fill in the logos. Like things, logos, that's bubblegum, that's peanuts. That's not something you should be worrying about. What you worry about is just the responsiveness and the content, and then you talk about the logos later, because then to make it look like system, put the makeup on, which is system logos and everything, but the structure, the backbone, just layer 5 everything.
Yep.
You
I think
probably already thought about it.
I think that's a good idea because I was like focusing more on that it should be more like very close to this design, but if you can like if I try to do it like built on top of the layer 5 website, I think like
You can still make it look like that, but in the background, it's layer 5, but then at the makeup is the Figma file, which is like what comes later on.
right. I can try
And then
that.
it's actually less work for you when you copy the website, layer 5, and then just decorate it with the Figma, color here, style here, typography here. That's the easy part. Sorry for saying easy because it might not be easy depending on your skill set, but that's just something that I've done repeatedly for other stuff that it might be helpful if you
Okay.
think about it in this direction, if you haven't already.
Right.
All right.
An alternative approach is to just build the Assistant website on the Layer 5 IO website and just dedicate a section of that Layer 5 IO website to Assistant. And this way, the navigational system, the footer, all of the other concerns, the SEO concerns and the speed and how to build and the what CSS to use and how to get light and dark mode going on, and then and on and on and on and on and on and on and on, how to build it, how to have build previews, like a bunch, is what would be addressed by building it like within the site. I don't have this is a hard one for me because I don't know that I personally have the time to support this particular initiative. I want to very much so. It's very important to us that we're reusing and being consistent. But we don't have someone here stepping up.
Let's have a huddle, actually, after the call.
Yeah.
I have an idea.
Right.
All right.
But yeah, definitely include Rex, who's on the Rex Joshua, who's on the call. he'll have some insights, Rex is trying to enhance what we have on layer 5 IO. He's trying to take that and make it and tweak it because there's some parts that just need to be better. He's got some new colors that they're better. As I don't know that's not the best way of characterizing that, but they are. And so I can hear him dying a little bit inside as he hears this conversation unfold. And it's like, wait, so yeah, anyway, we need to make sure that he's on board with the approach.
Let's have a huddle, Lakshay, Rex.
Okay. Sure.
All right, we are 7 minutes over. So, is there any urgent item that we have to discuss? Nope. Then, yeah. Okay, before we wrap this call, so like make sure you hit this add to your calendar button. So this will sync the Layer 5 calendar with your calendar so that you will be notified about our upcoming meetings. So, yeah. Thank you all for joining. Bye all.
Thank you, Ritik. So you guys, thank you, Akshay. And we actually missed Jyothi, but
Hi, Lee.
Yeah, would you like to?
Hello. Yeah, good evening. Yeah, I will share my screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry if you guys all have to go, please do. We are over time, but it's a little bit unfair that we didn't quite make it to
No
Jyothi.
problem. Yeah. Is my screen visible?
Yep. Yeah, $2 fine.
The first issue that I worked on was removing this funny code module deprecation error. But what I have found was um, fixing it when we change the node version to 20.10.0, this error is being vanished. Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Hello?
Yeah. So I tried to change the versions of. I mean, this Punycode is a dependency of what do you call ESLint and Gatsby. When I'm trying to adjust the versions, it is causing the dependency issue between Gatsby and React. So I tried my best to change the versions or upgrade the versions, but the final fix which worked was only this thing. Yeah. I mean, hello.
Hello?
Yeah.
You're audible.
Hello? I'm just messing with you, man.
There is a background noise going around, so
Okay. Good. Yeah. Hello. I'm just messing with. Anyway, just gonna randomly say hello. So Jyothi,
We can hear both you and the background noise. All good.
Anyway, Jyothi, for my part, so at the moment it sounds like you're a bit stuck just because there's a conflict in terms of dependencies and in terms of expected Punycode
yeah.
version.
No, I'm feeling that that's the best fix out of all the possible outcomes rather than upgrading the dependencies.
So Archit, any thoughts? Archit, Mr. Sharma, you there?
Yes, Lee, I'll take a look at this after the calls. Jyoti, I'll get with you this.
And it's Jyothi with
Yeah,
a Y.
and another small fix was fixing this URL in the docs page of authentication. So that's what I have done today, and I will collaborate with Laksh and work on the assistant website.
Yeah, thanks a bunch.
The-
Yeah, I think Sandra and Rex and Lakshay might get together. So yeah, if you're there as well, that would be wonderful. You got wrangled into this mess because you were doing, it looked like you were doing some great work already. And I think some of the maintainers were noticing it. So they're like, hey, this guy should
Yeah.
suffer too. This guy should suffer at Lee's poor leadership as well, which, by the way, that's part of why we're having a challenge with the assistant stuff, is because of my lack of direction. So, but another leader may emerge in my absence. Good. Rex is doing, I'm hoping that's Rex. He's doing a good job in general.
Thank you. Yeah, that's it from my end.
Thanks a bunch. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Southwick, we just had a fundamental misunderstanding of what that thing was about. Pick a new issue and try again. No sweat. Don't sweat it.
Yeah. So if it's not much late, I would like to take 5 minutes of early.
Yep, I can't, but these other guys might. So
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Bye all. Final bye.